Hello, Internet Interwebs. This is Will from The Will of Gaming, and I'm here with my co-host and special guest today, UHC91. Hello, Dre. How are you doing?
I am good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Woke up to some great news of Pokemon this morning, even though it was already all leaked.
Pretty much.
Everything was pretty much leaked. So we already knew everything that was going on in this list. But not only that, but we get to know a little bit more about the Pokemon. So we're talking about Pokemon Sun and Moon. This is the August 11th trailer discussion. We will be possibly talking about the English and the Japanese trailers. So we're going to get started with the new Pokemon. And the first Pokemon that they revealed in the trailer was Wishiwashi. Wishiwashi. So we'll talk about its little forms. It has a solo form and it has a school form. So basically, it's categorized as a small fry Pokemon. It's a water type, 8 inches tall, weighs 7.7 pounds, and ability is the schooling ability. And it says a single Wishiwashi is tiny and weak, measuring just 8 inches from nose to tail. Wishiwashi is very small, even for a Pokemon, yet the people of the Alola region seem to view it as a terrifying Pokemon. When it's in danger, Wishiwashi glistening eyes catch the light and shine out, sending an SOS signal to its allies. Wishiwashi have a new ability, Schooling, which no Pokemon has previously had. With Schooling, Wishiwashi can change form in battle to their school form under certain conditions. Oh my god. What do you think of Wishiwashi, Dre?
When I first saw this back when the Coral leak came out, I was just like, I ain't feeling this. And now that I actually know like what the Pokemon is, first of all, that name. Okay, people complain about Pokemon names, and literally now we have a name called Wishiwashi. I never thought I would see the day that we had a name that was so funny. But no, honestly though, depending upon like how they stat it could actually look. I mean, when it in terms of its school form, like it looks like a beast. Like, was it? They made it up against like a Gyarados, and that thing is huge. I was like. I didn't think it was gonna be so big. That was my biggest thing. Like when I first saw like the leaked footage that came out yesterday, I was like, that thing looks like a monk. Like, great, dad. If they do it right, I think that could actually be a very interesting Pokemon.
It is a very interesting Pokemon because it kind of has like a Magikarp effect, except that it has an ability to change during battle as it's, considered weak form. Because it is a small Pokemon, and then its ability turns it into like 26 feet. Like huge. It's huge. And apparently it's known to scare Gyaradoses, which is really interesting. And I want to read the school form. So it says, the seemingly weak Wishiwashi is called the Demon of the Sea because of its terrifying school form. When the Wishiwashi friends receive an SOS signal, they unite in this huge battle formation. Wishiwashi that have encountered many dangerous situations and have a lot of experience calling on their allies will be able to emit a bright light from their eyes. They can gather allies and transform into an even more powerful Pokemon. Even Gyarados flee from Wishiwashi school form. Wishiwashis have a new ability, Schooling, which no Pokemon has previously had. With Schooling, Wishiwashi can change form in battle on their school form under certain conditions, but they don't really state what the certain conditions are. So when I look at the Schooling ability, here's what it says. Under certain conditions, Schooling transforms Wishiwashi between its solo form and its school form. Schooling appears to transform Wishiwashi from its solo form to its school form. When it is sent into battle and has reached a certain level, it appears to undo this transformation, turning school form to Wishiwashi into its solo form, after Wishiwashi receives a certain amount of damage. So, from what I understand, what this ability is that, let's say that you capture Wishiwashi in the wild, and it's a low level. When you capture it, when it's at a low level, like let's say it has low HP, it'll turn into this bigger Wishiwashi, the school form. When it goes into the school form, when it reaches a certain level, let's say like level 20 or something like that, it will start off as the school form. And then when you hit it and it gets low, it'll turn back into the solo form. I'm assuming that's how it works. So it starts small, and then when it gets to a certain level, it'll start big, and then it'll go back to the little form when it's low, when it's critical, I think. But that's just what I think. So Wishiwashi school form, it's still considered a small fry Pokemon. It's a water type. 26 feet and 11 inches. 173.3 pounds. Dang, that's a lot of fish. Do you have anything else that you want to say about Wishiwashi?
Other than the fact of like that now, mind you, now that we've heard the description though, like I just hope it lives up to the hype, only because the fact that now, mind you can't give it like a description of it scares Gyarados and then it'd be weak. Like this Pokemon needs to be strong, or at least needs to have like fairly decent stats. I figured it would stay in its school form till the end of the battle. I didn't think it would like go back to being small, because that would be like a really big downside. And if once it gets hit and it goes back to its solo form, then I'm just like, I guess it would be like it would go into its school form to basically be like the final kill, I guess. I'm trying to figure out how that would work. I'm not too sure exactly how it would work, but because I mean, the way that they described how it goes into school form, it's so vague when it says when it reaches a certain level. I'm like, what? What?
I don't get it, because when it says level, I'm assuming it's actual leveling up system.
Yeah, and I just figured like, okay, the way that it would work is that, hey, you bring out Wishiwashi. First thing it does, schooling, goes into being big, smacks the Pokemon around a little bit, done, and do something like that. I don't know.
All right, so I don't think we have nothing else on Wishiwashi. We just got to hope that it lives to its potential. It being a monotype is interesting, so that's cool. So we're going to move on to the next one, which I'm probably going to butcher the name, but it's called Pyukumuku. So,
you mean the cucumber, right?
It's a sea cucumber Pokemon. It's a water type. It's about 1 foot high. It's 2.6 pounds, and its ability is Innards Out. Due to their appearance and their lifestyle, the Pyukumuku are considered unappealing to tourists. Part-time work, chuckling, I can't say this. I'm going to call it the sea cucumber, okay? Part-time work, chuckling. The sea cucumber back into the sea is available at tourist beaches, but no matter how far they're thrown, the sea cucumber will always return to the same spot. Once the sea cucumber finds its place it likes, it won't budge from it. If someone moves it away, back it comes to the same spot. If it runs out of food to eat in that spot, it'll stay there and starve. The people of Alola found this so pitiful that they developed the tradition of chucking the sea cucumber back into the food-rich sea whenever they come across a thin-bellied sea cucumber. Sea cucumbers are covered with a slippery, vicious fluid that has a moisturizing effect. Sea cucumber can stay on land for a week without drying out. The people of Alola use this fluid for skincare products. The sea cucumber hate to have their spikes and mouths touched, and if you step on one, it will hurl out its fists like an inner organs to strike at you. The sea cucumber has a new ability called Innards Out, which no other Pokemon has had before. With the Innards Out ability, when this Pokemon faints, it will be able to deal one last bit of damage to its opponent, equal to the amount of HP it had left before it received the final blow. So if you knock this out in one hit, God, it will do that much damage back at you.
That's just fun.
That's interesting. That is interesting. So what are your takes on Pyukumuku?
First of all, okay, that description,
that's so sad. Like, why are these descriptions of these
descriptions, man, are getting just weirder and darker? Like, okay, it sits in the same area and it doesn't matter. Like, it's just like, no, this is my.
It will starve to death.
It will literally starve itself to death. I'm like, what? And then the fact of, and then when you got to it secretes like a weird oil that people use for skin care. I'm just like, that's so gross. Like, I mean, and it doesn't help that, like, no offense, but Pyukumuku already looks like a spiky piece of turd. That I'm just like, what the like, I just, no. Like, I'm curious to see if this thing actually does end up evolving. If it does, I'm just like, so what is it going to basically be? A longer or bigger piece of poop? Like, what?
I really hope it's not, because honestly, I feel like I want it to turn into a water fire type when it evolves. Because if you look at its mouth, when you look at its mouth, it's shaped like the fire symbol in Japan.
Well, no, actually, that star symbol that's how CQ, like some sea cucumbers, they have like a little like thing on it that looks like that. I saw something like, what was it? I think was the guy Hoodlum Scrappy. He showed a picture of it. I would love it to be like, I'm thinking that the possible typings is either water fighting or water poison, one or two.
Water poison can make sense.
Probably be the most likely of it with the spikes and that kind of stuff. So I mean, just oh gosh, so just and that name Piyuku, was it Piyukumuku? Like
Piyukumuku.
That. First of all, like, great day, like that, these names, man. And Lord, when I first heard the English name, I just said, this can't be the English name. This is not the English name. Because it's like, just, no. Just, it's too complicated.
I honestly think that what's really cool about, like, I could already see an episode based off of this Pokemon in the anime, where they just walk on the beach and then Ash walks and then he walks with one of the girls and then they stumble across this Pokemon and she throws. He says, "Why did you throw that Pokemon?" And she's like, "It's tradition. The Piyukamuku stay in the same place all the time." Like, can't you imagine like the conversation and stuff about what it is? And says every week it's customary to, whenever you see a Piyukamuku, that you throw it back into the ocean so that way it could feed.
Oh God, and Mallow would back. Say it.
Probably. That's what I'm assuming. I'm assuming that it's probably going to be her or some new character. Wait, no, it could probably be the fishing pole girl, the water one. Well, I forgot her name. Lana. Yes, it'll be Lana Del Rey's responsibility. I feel like she would have this Pokemon, in my opinion. I feel like she would have one.
No, oh God, that one. I figured she would have the school Pokemon. Was it?
She probably would have that one too.
I think she would have Wishiwashi.
She probably would.
Like, I'm already expecting Wishiwashi with her.
Right, it's all wishy-washy. So, do you think that if this thing has... Honestly, that ability is actually pretty good.
Oh yeah. Like, honestly, like if I see one, I'm like, peace out.
I'm like, you got to be careful with what Pokemon you use to kill it.
Because I'm just like, because if these things have like decent HP, and then you do like, and then it's like, oh well, I'm gonna use my Pikachu to knock you out. Jokes on you, because guess what? Now your Pikachu is basically gone, and I'm just like. Really? No. Speaking of Pikachu, I got one in Pokemon Go. Side note.
Congratulations! They're actually rare, supposedly, now.
Yeah. Was it CP 125?
Oh, wow. You got 125. Its number. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, it's not 125, but 25.
Yep. So is it? But no, I could just. This Pokemon is just like no. Which it's also kind of. Which side note though, it's also kind of confirmed. The Chinese leagues that are coming out, but we'll get into more of that in the little
later in our little discussions. Because at the end of all the new stuff, we're gonna be talking about our own theories and what we think is gonna happen towards the end.
Right.
So the next Pokemon we have is Morlo. What the hell kind of name is Morlo?
Oh no!
Oh, can you give me more LOL, please, Dre? No.
I don't know. I'm just not like of all the Pokemon that releasing this trailer. It's like what? It's grass fairy. No offense. I'm not the biggest grass enthusiast in the world, so it's just like so it's probably not gonna have much viability. Like, mind you, some people are comparing it to like. What's the name of the Pokemon? Like the Cottony and was it evolving to
Cottony and Whimsicott. Yeah, Whimsicott.
Yeah, they're trying to say that it has viability like Whimsicott, and I'm like, no, because Even was it? Hopefully, its hidden ability is what makes it better or maybe it'll evolve. But mind you, I don't know. Just the design, I'm not feeling it.
For design, it's a very simple design, and I feel like they say that if you turn it backwards, somebody said, I forgot who, I think it was Tyranitar Tube or somebody. I was watching one of their videos, and then he said that if you look at it backwards, it looks like a pre-evolution of Tapu Koko. Like, it's weird. I don't know, but basically, here's some more information on Morlo. It's an illuminating Pokemon is its category. It's like Dre said, it's a grass fairy type. Its height is that it's 8 inches, and its weight is 3.3 pounds. Its ability is Illuminate and Affect Spore. So it says Morlul are a nocturnal Pokemon that walk around at night on their leg-like roots. They move because staying in one spot and sucking all the nutrients from the soil would cause surrounding plants to wither. Morlul uses its leg-like roots to make contact with its fellows and communicate with them. Morlul broadcasts spores that glow brightly when they burst open. Looking at their pulsing light has a sporific effect. It seems that in times of danger, Morlul broadcasts these spores. So let's look at its abilities real quick, because I'm very curious at its abilities.
I know that too.
Are they?
I think it was Illuminate and Effect Spore.
Yeah, so it's Illuminate and Effect Spore. So let's see what these abilities are. Okay, so this is actually an older ability, I believe. It was introduced in Generation 3. If a Pokemon with Illuminate is leading the party, the wild Pokemon encounter rate increases by 100% from Pokemon Emerald onwards, and it shares the trait with Arena Trap. We're going to check Effect Spore, and Effect Spore is actually started in Generation 3 as well. Oh, it's contact with this Pokemon may cause paralysis or sleep. So we don't know but its effect seems to change through all the generations, so it could change in this generation. So if you touch it, you can get paralyzed or poisoned as of Generation 6.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. And so that's cute. Honestly, competitively, because it's a grass type, I just don't see it. That fairy type, though, it could weaken dragon types, which is probably pisses you off that something like this can actually weaken a dragon.
Mm-hmm. But they say I'm learning to accept the fairy types. I mean, it's been 3 years, and I'm just like, okay, I'm good. But then when I see someone with a Clefable beat up a Dragonite, I'm literally just like, choke you. No, but still, no.
Oh my god.
No, I know I'm stupid.
But you love it, but pretty soon, I think you're gonna love a fairy. Once they make another fairy dragon that's not a Mega Altaria, but once they do that fairy dragon that just looks badass, I think you'll love fairies again, or that you would love fairies because you never.
There's only one good fairy out there, which no offense, I don't care what no one says. Freaking Godfar, our psychic fairy, suck it. One of my only favorite fairy. Well, not my only favorite fairy, but one of my number one favorites. Suck it.
Oh god. We're going to talk about the Alolan Pokemon now. The ones that one of the first ones that leaked was Alolan Meowth, which is now, it's still considered a scratch cat Pokemon. Okay,
now I'm going to say one thing though, honestly though. So that was one I was not surprised about because Meowth, just like Pikachu, is very loved, and Meowth is I think it's one of the very few Pokemon that are like in every single game. So I wasn't surprised when I saw Alola and Meowth. The only thing I kind of figured though is that, and again, referring to the episode in anime, is just that I'm curious to see okay, so how is this whole Alolan thing gonna work? Because it's gonna be I could already see Meowth basically finding a group of Alolan Meowths, and they're all just sitting there and being like, oh, Meowth, what? Meowth, and he's like, oh, why do y'all look different than me? And it'd be something so hilarious, or he has to hide from somebody, and he literally has to, because no offense, Alolan Meowth looks like a Meowth that was dipped in wet clay. It has the same colors wet as regular clay in Minecraft, so I'm just okay, so it might just rub itself and dip itself hopefully like Clay or something like that, just like hot it or something. I could already see how the episode would go, and it'd be hilarious.
Well, let's talk more about its typing. So we have its type. It's a dark type now. It has its height is 1 foot and 4 inches. Its weight is 9.3 pounds, and its ability is pickup and technician. Meowth here's its story, its bio. Meowth is a Pokemon that did not originally live in the Alola region. They were sent to the royal line as an offering from another region, and only a select few could have them as partners. The Meowth in Alola are distinct for their cunning and their great pride. Two things they really hate: a wound to their pride and dirt on their coins. If either one happens, they fly into hysterics. It's said that Meowth are offered to the royal family, lived a life of luxury and pampering, which led them to have a selfish, prideful attitude. This caused Meowth's form to change. The once rare Alolan Meowth became feral when the monarchy was destroyed, and they have now become regular Pokemon, seen as commonly in the Alola region as elsewhere. Wow. So apparently this story says that there was this empire or monarchy place, a royal family that lived in Alola, and they had a bunch of these Meowths that eventually got spoiled, and they adapted when this whole entire thing got destroyed. Crazy, right?
That is interesting.
That is very interesting. I'm very curious. Do you know what the technician ability is?
The only thing I know about technician is that it's good for her Burlum. Let me look it up. It says in battle. Says in battle, technician increases the power of moves which have a power of 60 or less by 1.5 times. Wait, what? I have no idea what that means. So I guess it's something for physical, maybe.
And then there's the pickup ability, which I'm not sure what that is. I don't play competitively, and so I don't know all this, abilities and stuff.
I'm still learning, so don't feel bad.
So we're still learning, so no judging here, please. First off, I have this question before we move on from Alola and Meowth. Which version do you prefer? Like, of the Meowth, do you prefer the dark type or the normal type?
That's hard to say.
In terms of design and in terms of what you think is going to be
It literally looks the same.
It looks the same with the clay.
It literally looks like a Meowth that was dipped in wet clay. Like, I'm not even kidding. So, but no, just because it looks so cool and smooth, I'll go with Alolan Meowth since it's the new kid on the block.
I have to agree.
So I'll give it that. So
another question.
It'd be definitely if we get a dark Persian.
Yeah, that was exactly what I was going to ask. So do you think that it's 100% confirmed that we are getting an evolution of Persian and Alolan Persian?
Well, it would make sense for it to go back to being a normal type. Like, that would make no sense.
It wouldn't. And like I'm saying, I think this confirms it's 100% that we're getting a dark Persian. But why wouldn't they show Persian?
I don't know. No, I mean, maybe there's something we're waiting on it. Maybe there's still, I don't know. Maybe they're just waiting to show it. I don't know. It was just like how, like, remember what they did with what was it? What was the bug Pokemon? The one that I like. What they did with Grubbin. With Grubbin's evolutionary. You remember how, like, they showed Grubbin, and a few weeks later, then they showed Charjabus, and then they showed Vikabo.
You call it Charjabus?
Yeah, I call it Charjabus. Right on the magic Charjabus. Anyway. But no, like I said, no, that's probably what they're doing. Remember, they did do it with that. So, I mean, they're probably just, giving us a reason to tune in and, give us, they're not going to give us everything, but I do agree that it would be nice to have shown it. Yeah, but hey, it's whatever.
Hey. That's it for Alola and Meowth. So we'll move on to the next Pokemon, Alolan Marowak.
Okay, one thing to say.
What?
Get wrecked. Okay, so by far my favorite form, okay? First of all, when they said that Marowak was going to get the fire typing, I was like, okay, that's cool. I like Marowak. Marowak's one of my favorite, Pokemon from the Kansas region. But then when the Coral Coalies came out and I saw all that design, and it had like the green like fire ghostly things on the bone, and I'm just sitting here like, what? And then it was ghost fire. I was just like, you know what? Alola Ninetales, get wrecked. Ice types, get wrecked. Psychic types, get wrecked. Meowth, get wrecked. I was just like, yes, I freaking love it. Now, most people are not a fan of the design of Marowak. I'm personally a fan of it because I think it looks amazing.
I personally feel like it's a really weak design change, though. It looks too similar to the original.
Wait. Compared to Meowth.
Okay, look. When it comes to Meowth, I'm not a fan of that design either. I just like the fact that it's a dark type.
And we won't even go into Alolan Executor.
But I actually like Alolan Executor.
Oh, no, I like those. I like those memes.
You know what? No. Okay. We're gonna have to get to those memes later. But
Lord.
All right. So what we're gonna do is that it's a fire ghost type. So that's an awesome, amazing thing. Its height is that it's 3 feet tall, 3 inches. Its weight is 75 pounds. Its ability is Cursed Body and Lightning Rod. So here's Alolan Marowak's story. The Marowak in the Alola region take bones and light both ends on the fire by rubbing them against their foreheads. Then they spin the bones around. Marowak's rarity and its fearsome appearance when it dances with its bone led the people of Alola to dub it a conjurer and regard it with fear. There are many grass-type Pokemon, Marowak's natural enemies in the Alola region. This makes Alola a harsh environment for Cubone and Marowak. As a result, they live in close union with their partners. It is said that their great care for their partners allowed them to gain something like a sixth sense and resulted in their changed form. The Alolan Marowak proves skilled at an attack in which it waves its bones and releases a ball of flame. The fireballs are not that powerful, but they tirelessly pursue the foe.
Ooh.
Interesting. One thing I love about this Alola Marowak is the fact that it's a ghost type.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a nod towards the Lavender Town thought. Because I thought that the story was that it was going to be like going back to Lavender Town and then something happened in Alola.
Yes, because honestly though, because to be honest though, that's like the biggest thing. I think that's why I was so happy when I saw that it was a ghost type, because for the longest period of time, because of Cubone's, lore, everyone's always wanted it to be like a ghost type, and people at first, they wanted a mega evolution where it was like ground ghost or something like that. And so when I saw there was fire ghost, I was just like, yes, we finally get the ghost type Marowak that we wanted all this time. I mean, what is it? It took us maybe like 20 years to get it. But we found, because I mean, you kind of have to agree though. This is literally this is catering to the fans, in my opinion. But this is a good catering, in my opinion.
Yes, it is. It actually makes sense. It makes sense to the region and stuff. So.
Right? Yeah. Basically, and in that story though, that's crazy that it gained the sixth sense, which is the reason why it has this ghost typing, and that even though the fireballs aren't strong, it pursues its enemies, that it's loyal to its trainer. I'm just like I said, by far my favorite Alolan form. Well, yeah, that one, and of course Ninetales. Ed and Ninetales, they're so good.
I feel terrible about this story though, that it says there are many grass type Pokemon, which basically states right there that Alola is full of grass type Pokemon.
Ooh,
and it's Marowak's natural enemies in the Alola region.
I'm not too mad about the idea of them giving a little bit more love to the grass types. Now, here's gonna be my thing though. Y'all hyping up all these grass types, Nintendo and Game Freak. Give us some good, viable grass types that can actually do something in competitive. That's all I'm gonna say.
Same.
Give us some good grass types. Seriously, there's only one good one in my opinion, which is Burlum. That's it. And sorry. Now, as of like a few months ago. What was it?
Amoongus.
The Fungus. I'm like, no.
I mean, I've seen Amoongus in competitive play before recently, but I guess they stopped.
Yeah, because it got more viability. Oh, really? I'm just like, okay.
All right, and then the last Pokemon that they announced was the Alolan Raichu. We saw in the trailer that Alolan Raichu evolves from a normal Pikachu. So this is really interesting. So it's still categorized as the mouse Pokemon. Its type is an electric psychic type. It is 2 feet 4 inches. Its weight is 46.3 pounds. Its ability is called Surge Surfer. This is its story. The Raichu and Alola have 2 types, electric and psychic, and they are able to wield psychic power. They can gather their psychic power in their tails and then ride on them to float in the air. Even Pokemon researchers don't know why Raichu's form changed in the Alola region. The people of Alola seemed unconcerned by the question. Their guess, maybe it ate too many sweet and fluffy round pancakes. Raichu has electrical sacs on its cheeks, and rubbing them causes a sweet aroma to be released. The mechanism behind this is not clear, but it's thought to be connected to the psychic power that Alolan Raichu possesses. The Alolan Raichu has a new ability called Surge Surfer, which no other Pokemon has previously had. With Surge Surfer ability, the Pokemon's speed will be doubled on electric terrain. Ooh, Tapu Koko Alolan Raichu combo!
Like, that's what I was telling you before earlier. I was just saying that, like, I could definitely see those two being like used in competitive play, depending upon like how they're statted. I do see these two being good in like double battles and that kind of stuff. So I'm just like, ooh, yeah. I was like, ooh, that's definitely something. Because they didn't mention in the Japanese one. Because I saw the Japanese one before I had to head out this morning, and I don't remember them saying anything. And if they did, it was all in Japanese, and I couldn't read it. Did for nothing. So, but then once I like got home, like got settled in, I finally was able to see the full American one. When I saw that, I was just like, oh. So this is basically going to be, I was like, okay, so this is going to be like a Tapu Koko, Alolan Raichu combo kind of deal. Like that, so, because I'm just sitting there like, that's the only place I can see that ability actually being good, since Tapu Koko allows electric terrain to come out the minute it comes on the field.
That is true. What do you think of the design of Alolan Raichu?
I'm just like, it's whatever.
I freaking love it, to be honest. I think it is awesome. I love it. I don't know what it is about it, but I think the fact that it floats on its tail, it's I have to admit though, it was a cute little like shout out to Surfing Pikachu. Yes, the Surfing Pikachu episode.
Yes, because I feel like that's why they did it, because of Surfing Pikachu, which is, I think that was kind of cute. Even though personally, like, I was all right with Raichu's original design. Like, this is one that I'm just kind of like, I'm kind of okay with the original one a little bit more. You know, I mean, It's not horrible. It's just that that's not my favorite.
How different do you think it would do competitively?
I think Alolan Raichu will probably get more. Was it used way more than regular Raichu? Like, I already see it. I'm just like, was it because of that surge for its speed doubles? So I'm just like, so basically it's going to be a very fast Pokemon. Let's see. Basically, doubles in speed is going to have the psychic typing, which is going to allow it to set certain things up, get confusion, trick room, all that stuff. I'm like, yeah, I kind of see it can use more than regular Raichu. Sorry, buddy. just saying. Look, basically, I can already see the meme of, who are you? I'm you, but better.
Damn. I personally love Alolan Raichu. Yeah, so let's move on. Let's move on to the next thing, and then we can get to, so that way we could finish this up and get right to our theories. Ready? All right, so next we're going to be talking about the new Team Skull. In the Alola region, a group of ruffians known as Team Skull causes a lot of trouble, and they steal other people's Pokemon, mess up the trial sites, and delight in all kinds of evil deeds. So we have the big boss man himself, and his name is Guzma or Guzma. So I'm going to call him Guzma. Guzma is the boss of Team Skull who holds these ruffians together. Guzma pours on the attacks, battling without mercy. He certainly does seem strong, but he claims to be one of those who never could become captains. He seems to have a bone to pick with Professor Kukui as well, which is interesting. When I first saw him in the Japanese trailer, I saw that when you battle him and you see him in battle, he kind of pulls an L and just crouches down when he battles. I don't know why he would do that, but like, he does. He kind of looks like a hipster gangster like of the Back to the Future Doc Brown, like wearing like hipster clothes. Like wearing like new clothes, wearing that gold chain. He'd be wearing bracelets and stuff, but he has like that hairstyle. It's crazy. He just looks like Doc Brown. It's insane.
Oh, I'm just like, I saw them. I'm just like, why do they look so urban? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm like curious because I feel like the style just doesn't match with this region, but I don't know. I feel like, I mean, I like the designs, but
well, no, remember though, it's a hotter region, so I mean, they can't be looking, too cray. You know what I mean? It's just like, what is it? I mean, it's literally like islands, and because of Executor or new form, there's a lot of sunlight, so it's probably very hot and humid, and so they have to have a little bit of a more different design. And I mean, I'm not mad about urban. It's definitely something different.
So we have another one, which is a Team Skull admin. Her name is Plumeria. And Plumeria is considered the big sister of Team Skull. She's a tough lady who keeps Team Skull in line and working together in the same way a strict older sister would. She seems to care for the grunts who are below her in the pecking order, and she's not one to let it go if someone's given them a walloping. Ooh, so she doesn't like it when her grunts get beaten up. So she comes in like a big sister that she is and like bullies like the bully kind of thing. I don't know how Guzma can wear what he's wearing because that is hot. Like, it's too hot. It's hot for that. But then again, he's crazy. Maybe that's probably the reason why he turned crazy.
He just needs to take off his pants.
No, I just say that he just needs to wear something more comfortable. Like, dress like Professor Hala. How about that? Or not Professor Hala, but the big kahuna, Hala. I don't know. Just a nice shirt, maybe a little Hawaiian shirt. Come on, just be cool, be chill.
You want the enemy to wear a Hawaiian t-shirt.
Yes. Is that so much to ask?
Yes.
Okay. Well then, oh well. But basically he's jealous and now he's being bitter and just attacking everybody and stealing people's Pokemon. I'm like, okay, now there's no need for that. There's no need for that. But destroying sites, I guess I could understand. But
they literally kind of just make them out to sound like they're just thugs.
That's what it is. They don't even seem like an organization or nothing.
They just seem like they're just a bunch of just rough scallions. They're just basically going around doing bad stuff. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm just like, there's no real purpose behind them other than just to basically cause mischief. I'm just like, okay.
And the last but not least, there's the Team Skull Grunts. Both male and female teams Skull Grunts wear matching black skull tanks, and these uniforms aren't even provided for them. All grunts have to buy their own. So this is a cheap ass team. So this is definitely not.
How the hell? They gotta buy their outfit.
Yes.
I'm so done. Wait, I'm done. Oh no, I'm done. Hold up, wait a minute, let me put my 2 cents in it. You mean to tell me that y'all asses are so broke? Oh, people gotta pay for their own.
Yes.
This is the saddest organization, quotation marks, organization. This is sad.
Well, it's a team, so they're not organization. Well
this is the worst villain. I'm sorry.
So Guzma has no money.
Guzma broke.
He's broke. He got no money. He can't even give his team.
Sorry, I can't. No. this is just sad. Why? No. Try again, please.
Dust it off and try again.
They really do. Because I'm just like, for real.
Am I wrong to feel a little disappointed here with this game? because like I feel disappointed. Like this team seems weak since they took away the gyms. There's no gyms, no badges, no Elite Four. And sure, I understand the gameplay of Pokemon needs to change. I mean, it's been the same for a very long time. And I'm embracing the change. I will, regardless. I'm embracing the change. I love the Alola forms. I love that idea. I think that's really cool. I think competitively, this is going to be the Pokemon game that I'm going to really try to play competitively. But I just want to know if the Alolan forms have shinies.
Oh, I'm sure they will.
It'd just be interesting to see a shiny version of what they are. And what if the freaking shiny version of them is actually their original forms?
That'd be.
But seriously, okay, so now we are done talking about the trailer. The trailer was cute, and it was nice, and it was sweet, and it was good, but it was leaked and ruined. So if you guys want to see my reaction to it, you guys can go check it out on my channel, and it should be in the description below to part 1 and part 2. One is for the English and one's for the Japanese trailer. Now, me and Dre are going to be talking about, I guess, theories or whatever comes to mind based on the Pokemon Sun and Moon. So, Dre, do you have anything you would like to say about any of the about Pokemon theories or anything like that? What do you think?
First of all, I want to say that Nintendo, y'all need to get y'all together, because I'm sorry, but too much. First of all, okay, let's just disregard all the fake leaks and all the fake rumors going around. Y'all allowing too much stuff to basically leak about this game. Okay, who's doing like like the securing at Nintendo? You know what I mean? I'm just sitting there like,
but that NX don't be leaking though.
No, the NX don't leak. But when it comes to Pokemon, oh no, we just leaking everything. I'm just like still, but then that also kind of leads to a conspiracy thinking like, is Nintendo real? Like, are these really leaks, or is Nintendo like paying someone to do this? Because I'm just like, how does the NX not leak? Mario don't leak. Hell, even Zelda don't leak.
But I think that's why these things are leaking, is because because they're focusing more on the major things that they need to reveal. So they're making sure that has full security surveillance. And Pokemon, everybody knows that Pokemon's coming out this year and things will leak. So they say, well, we'll just release things every month to kind of quell people trying to like snoop in so much. But it makes people want to snoop in more. And I feel like that's what's going to happen. Like, I don't know. It's just, it's stupid.
No, because I'm just like, now mind you, because I know there was because it's like a Chinese league that's going around right now, which as time goes on, it's starting to get more and more like credibility, where they talked about like there's going to be other Alolan forms. Like we're going to see like Alolan Butterfree, the Abra line is supposed to get one. Okay, we're supposed to see a Water Growlithe and Arcanine and all this stuff, and and then not only that, as far as new Pokemon, we're supposed to first we got the Sea Cucumber, which that was predicted. And I think they even said something about the mushroom more low. That was supposed to basically get, that basically was rumored as well. And now apparently we're supposed to get like an ice ghost type? Was supposed to be a snowman. Was some based off of a rugby monkey, whatever that is. I'm not animal expert, no zoologist, so I don't know nothing about no rugby monkeys or nothing like that. So I couldn't tell you nothing about them. So I'm just like, okay, that's gonna be interesting seeing still. But I'm just like, they really do need to get better. They need to do a little bit better trying to secure something, because it's just taking the fun of it, because it's just like, I don't know, like, okay, I'll even admit, after the whole Dexing came out and we found out that it was not true, I wouldn't say it crushed my spirits. It just kind of like just got me like, oh, so it's gonna not live up to that, you know what I mean?
I know, like all these Pokemon had various types and various.
I mean, because that list
happen. It could still.
That list was on point. Like I ain't lying, no, that list was on point. Okay, and so to see that that's not gonna be what we're gonna get, and this is why I'm saying Pokemon needs to A, do a little bit better job of securing, and B, next time around, I'm not gonna pay attention to leaks and rumors and stuff like that, and let it's like it comes from like Coracle or like someone leaks out some Pokemon information, because I don't know, it's like I don't know, because like I like the idea of it, but now that I know that, okay, well, that's not gonna be a thing, but a Chinese rumor did say that there might be 2 alternate versions of Pokemon. And at first I was like, that's interesting. But then I'm like, no, not really, because that's what normally happens with Pokemon. And like, I mean, yes, the starters don't normally get they don't branch off with the evolutions, but that's nothing really like that's nothing really crazy. See, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, hello, how Oddish can turn into Vileplume or Blossom, or Curlia can either be God of War or Gallade, depending upon his gender. Wurmple can basically call off into Cascoon or Silcoon. So it's not. So to me, that's nothing too crazy. You know what I'm saying? And they're saying, and now, mind you, there's like a theory going around where they're saying that now, mind you, this would make sense. And honestly, I hope that this happens because I would like this, since this is sun and moon, depending upon the time of day if the starter evolves during the day, you get this form, and if it evolves during the night, it gets that form. To be honest, that would definitely be something interesting, and that's where I figured it was gonna go. Since the whole evolving on a specific island is out the door. I was just like, well, that what you think? Like,
I personally feel that it would be better if they just do it this way. Like, if Alolan form Pokemon evolve, that it would just be because you captured them on Alola. And they'll just evolve.
No, it's not. No, I'm talking about the starters.
Oh, you're talking about the starters.
Yeah, the start. Yeah, the start.
Oh, I'm sorry. The sun. Okay.
No, I'm saying basically with the starters is that like they're saying that someone was theorizing that with the starters during the day it will basically evolve into this, and if it's nighttime it'll evolve into that. Okay, again, it's nothing really too crazy. Like I said, it's like Espeon and Umbreon, but I mean. I do kind of hope that at least happens, because then that would definitely, make it more like, okay, I need to train this during the day, I need to train that during the night. But then the only problem would be is that you would have to, if you're a completionist like how me and Will are, we're gonna have to get 2 of all of these.
Every single one.
And I'm just like, look, because I don't know how I'm gonna. Well, I know how I'm gonna be able to my little Rowlet and my Popplio in my first run. So, but yeah, though, I mean, honestly, I do think that would be definitely something interesting to do as far as with the starters, even though it's like you're taking an already done idea and basically do it, and then you want to also I did think about though, and this was so random. I said this would have been a perfect time to. If they would have waited, right, to put out Espeon and Umbreon, this would have been a perfect time to put out Espeon and Umbreon. This would have been a perfect time. And you want to know why?
Why?
Because they're the originators of this idea. Like the whole evolve during the sun, with the sun, evolve with this. Then think about it. Like they could literally be like the poster. And you get 2 new evolutions. I'm like, this would have been a great time to have them if this was where we were going to go.
Yeah.
I mean, even though we wouldn't have had them for the 17 years that we had them, I was just like, this would have been a great time to have them. You would have came off that Sylveon hype, and then you would have said, and then we would have gotten Espeon and Umbreon, and I'm like I said, I know they're part of Generation 2, but to me, this would have been a good time to introduce them, given the fact of how hard, and even like Solrock and Lunatone, I'm like, this would have been a better region to be perfect. Yeah, this would have been way better of time to basically put them out, because y'all doing sun and moon, so I don't know. Now, mind you, I know like so many people are hating on Litten's final evolution. If that is going to be the final evolution, like it's not confirmed. Don't choke us. Don't basically execute us. You know what I'm saying?
Really? You had to throw the execute.
It was don't execute us.
Don't execute us.
But they say shoot no, but no, I'm just like, if that really is how they're gonna turn out in the end, and that's something like, I don't know. I like Litten's final evolution, or at least one of the final evolutions, because that's definitely something that it's definitely what was it? I mean, I don't think it's gonna be a fighting type, but I'll say it like this:
it sure looks like one.
Here's the thing, and this is where people are gonna hate me, and I don't. Who care? I am a grown man, and I'm allowed to have my own opinion and change my mind when I want to. God damn it. Anyway, so I'm sorry. I'm like this. If I would rather have another fire fighting type, if that means that Litten did not become a fire ground type, I am that horrible. Like some people are like, I'm so over your fighting types. I'm like, well, I don't want no fire ground type because that means Litten would be the weakest one of all three. And I like Litten. And I mean, that's the whole reason for it. It's lit, y'all. So I'm just like, hey, no, I don't know. I don't.
But what if one of the forms? Okay, so what if this two form thing is legit? If it is, and would you be okay if one was a dark form and the other one was the ground form?
Oh, that's fine. That means that. Yeah, that's fine. That means that. Look, I'll go. Oh, get that dark form, and then that ground form will sit in the PCC. With all the other little weak Pokemon, and we're good to go.
Oh God, you're like Giovanni. You're like,
what? I'm sorry.
With all the other, we put that Pokemon with all the other weak reject Pokemon.
I mean, honestly, look, no. If it had to branch off into two, this would be my dream. Okay, Litten would either basically branch off to become Fire Dark, Fire Poison. That's it. Anything else? Screw that. Like, screw the rules. This is what I want. Okay. Hey, like, seriously. Okay. Hey, Populo, Fairy, Ice. That's it. Okay. Robin Root, Flying. Just staying flying or pure grass. I don't know.
What about a grass ground type?
If it really honestly did evolve into a grass ground type, and it actually does get the ground type, a part of me is just like,
I don't know, because it would be weak. That means, wouldn't it mean no? Would be double weak to flying types, right?
Something
like that. Like,
ground
types are weakened by flying types.
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking of rock. My bad.
Yeah. So that's crazy. I don't know, man. This is interesting because the thing is that honestly, it's gonna keep its regular type. So it's not like the grass part is gonna change or the water type part is gonna change,
or the fire.
And I think your sun and moon theory, where you evolve it in the day and the night, like let's take Litten for example. If you evolve Litten during the day, it'll be a fire ground, but if you evolve it at night, it'll be a fire dark.
There's only one thing though I'm gonna say though, and I'm not even lying though, that I don't want, that I literally do not want for it. It's just the fact that I don't want them to be like, oh, if you get this, if you get sun, then Litten will evolve into this, and if you get moon, then it turns into that.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
That would literally piss me off. That would piss me all the way off, because one thing I did kind of look at, and I know I'm reading a little bit too much into it, but do you notice how like the placement of where the Alolan forms were? Like the Alolan Marowak was on the sun part, was on the sun half of the.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then regular Marowak was on the moon part, and then Meowth was on the moon part, and then Alolan Meowth was on the moon part, and a part of me is just like, are they trying to like? I mean, a part of me is just like, is this like?
It's probably alluding. That could actually be.
Could it be some alluding? But then I'm like, well, no, it couldn't be alluding because they do that with everyone. But I'm like, it could maybe with some Pokemon. They are like low key saying something, because a part of me is just like, if they say that Sun is the only place I can get a Alolan Marowak, you know what I'm gonna say? So Galeo, as much as I don't like you, here I come.
But then that means that you have to get a fire ground Litten if that's.
Oh, if they do that, I'm sorry. You know what? I will look, if Litten becomes fire ground, I will literally give up.
Well, then you could just pick Rowlet as your playthrough.
Look, yes, Rowlet.
So you can pick Rowlet or Popplio.
Look, no, I've already decided I'm having a Rowlet playthrough and a Litten playthrough. Sorry, Popplio. I mean, you may get a little bit of shine with Rowlet on the second go round, but first go round. I mean, still. No, because I mean, like, because honestly though, I'll say like this was if they now this is where I know we're talking about like the last time they revealed information, but if it's true about the whole situation with Ride Pokemon, and they say that, oh well, we're getting rid of Surf, we're getting rid of the whole thing of Surf, and I'm just like, so you're removing my requirement for a water type on my team? Thank God.
Damn.
Well, I mean, because it's like all the time I have to like make sure I have a water type So, or at least have, well, no, sorry, no, HM slave, but I don't know. To be honest, they haven't shown a water type that I really like it until Wishiwashi, but even that, the fact that it's just pure water, I'm just like, ugh, no.
Ugh.
I'm hoping that Popplio does turn out to be a water fairy, so that way then I could, like, you know, maybe use it second go around, maybe. Possibly first, depending upon stats. That's.
I feel like so far they've been showing us nothing but fairy types. Like there's some sort of attachment to fairy.
Well, no, it's not that. It's just that you have to remember though, fairy is the brand new typing, so they have to like start. Like it was just like, you know, it was no different than how like when dark type came in, they kind of slapped on dark. They did, you know, there was a little wave of dark, and even now, steel, that was one that we did not see a whole hell of a lot in my personal opinion. That was one I was just like, when they gonna get like a lot of love. Now grass, now mind you, because I hate freaking grass types. I hate the fact that the most 3 common types in the world is flying, grass, and water, because that means that we'll always have an abundance amount of all 3. And that the majority of Pokemon that they will always have to release will be these 3 types.
Yeah.
Now flying, I don't mind, but just grass. It's like, just no. It's like, please, if they're gonna be so many, give us good ones.
Like, I just hope that this generation of Pokemon, I want more diversity. I would like because it's an island, like since it's an island region, I would think that there would be more water Pokemon. I know that we have a lot, but I just want some really good ones. That's all. Just like maybe like 4 or 5 really good ones. That's all I want.
I'm about to say, because I'm just like, you do realize that's like the second largest. Like, I mean, was it the second?
Too much water.
Like, I'm serious. No, like as far as like all the typings, that's the second most common type. It's like, how many more water types do you want? Will of Gaming.
I want all of them. No, I'm playing. No,
Lord, Mister, I have to love all the water types.
But I love water types, but now that they're taking away the move, okay, wait. Here's my question for you, since we were talking about moves and HMs being taken away. Do you think that they will be turned into regular moves, or we just straight up won't have those moves anymore?
I don't know. I mean, to be honest, though, it's like the HMs. I mean, they're not really like the best.
Except for Surf. Surf is pretty good.
Oh, why? Because of her whole when in doubt, surf it out.
Yeah, God, I can't believe you remember that.
But literally, y'all, no, okay. Let me tell a little tiny story. So basically, Mr. Will of Gaming over here, when he was younger, he adopted this whole ideal of when in doubt, surf it out. Okay, so literally, it's like, oh, I'm going up against a Pokemon that might be a little bit, that's basically a little bit stronger. Surf. Oh, look, there's a Venusaur. Surf. There's a Pikachu. Surf.
But Surf was so overpowered, in my opinion. It was a very overpowered move that could do a lot of damage. And
I'm just like,
for it being an HM move, it was really
like Raichu. Surf.
Okay, like I was weird. I was one of those weird people that I would surf against a grass type or an electric type just for the hell of it, and it would do a lot of damage.
So, oh gosh.
But that was just me. That was me back in the day. Now I know better. But
no, don't feel bad. No, it took me until like, I don't know. It took me a little while. Well, no, I did I did a lot of dumb shit when I was younger, as far as in them games. Gosh, man. So bad, but now mind you, I didn't just surf it out. But still,
I pretty much surfed it out through Red and Blue.
It somehow got somewhere with it.
Hey, I beat the Elite Four with Surf It Out alone. It's possible. Well, no, there was a few ice beams in there, and maybe like a few other things, but yes. But when in doubt, surf it out.
But no. Now, mind you, here's my question for you, though. They've revealed a good number of Pokemon now at this point. Like, we've gotten over 40, so we're about to hit the number because Kalos only gave us about what, like 70 new ones. That's right.
He was like 67.
So we're over the halfway point of Kalos, and we still got 4 months before or we even basically, get the games. Do you think that this could be like a really large region as far
No.
as like Pokemon?
The only reason why it would be considered a large region is because the Alolan form Pokemon. That is it. And
I hope they don't pull that. I really
feel
hope
like that's exactly where it's going to go. Like from now on, we got like a huge news. Like they showed us on August 1st, they gave us a trailer. Then then they gave us something today, but they only showed 3 Pokemon. So from now on, they could show us new Pokemon, yes, but it's going to probably be a lot less. Like it'll be like they'll show us maybe like they'll show us like maybe 2, 3 Alolan Pokemon and maybe 1 or 2 new Pokemon from the region. I feel like that's what's gonna happen. I don't know. Like I'm very excited for this game. I'm very, very excited for it. I swear, but it's like I'm also a tad bit disappointed. I don't know.
No, here's my only thing though. Okay, now, okay, I'll say like this, Mister. So now, like I said, now I gave them a pass for. Was it for Pokemon X and Y? The reason why I gave them a pass was because, remember, they had to do 3D models of every single Pokemon. So they had to literally transfer all those Pokemon to basically 3D. Okay. And I said, okay. I was like, all right, it's gonna be a little small. Okay. Plus they make the megas. Okay. That's cool. But it's been 3 years. You have all the 3D models. So I'm sorry, Nintendo and Game Freak. There is no reason anymore to the reason as to why we cannot have regions that have at least 90 or more. Okay, and I'm saying 90 to basically,
I say go straight up 100. 100 or more. It cannot be less than that.
I mean, hell.
My opinion.
Well,
and these pretty much Alolan forms are reskins with just different movement. That's all it is. So, I mean, I'm not a programmer, so I can't say what's easy, what's not. But still, I feel that I would like this region to have at least 100.
And this is going to sound so bad, though, and I know it's going to be horrible, though, and I don't know if someone's going to say this, though. Like, I know a lot of people were kind of hoping for Mega Evolution to kind of, like, go away. Hey, but it's like, I don't know. For me, if Alolan forms, as much as I love Marowak, don't get me wrong, like, if this little trend, like, died off, because a part of me just feels like it's too specific to the region, because it's like, in other upcoming games, how would they address the issue? You would literally have to have had you would have to, go back to Generation 7 in order to get that specific Pokemon, which then again could make it more.
That makes it great, in my opinion, and it makes Pokemon Bank more useful.
I feel like
that's great. It's a great thing.
Yeah, because honestly, now mind you, because I'm hoping that this is not something that sticks around. Like, what I want them just to do is to be like, okay, you have to get it in this game. You can't get it in Generation 8. You can't get it in 9 or 10. You can only get it in 7. And so, and I know some people are going to be like, but what about Mega Evolutions? Mega Evolutions are not basically linked to the Kalos region. They were just introduced in Kalos region. And yes, Kalos was the one that found out about these abilities, but it's not linked to Kalos like Alolan forms. This is literally, even in the whole name itself, Alolan form. So
Alolan form. But I have one more last thing I would like to talk about, and I really want to know your thoughts and opinions on this. Okay, we heard the NX rumor that there's going to be a Pokemon NX game that's actually a Game Freak game. The guy made sure to put a Game Freak, which makes me think that this is fake. But the fact that he had to say a Game Freak version of Pokemon, the fact he had to say that basically makes me think that this is fake. I don't know. It just seems like a fan or somebody, and he says, oh, there's going to be a Game Freak Pokemon. Not like it's far-fetched, because if the NX console is a handheld, like everybody's saying it is, a handheld that goes to a TV dock, blah, 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 it would make sense to put a Pokemon game on a handheld because that's the rule of Pokemon. Handheld, but the difference is you can play this on your TV, which is what is hype, and I love that. But okay, I have a theory about if this Pokemon game is for real, and this is if it's for real, and we're saying this with a grain of salt. Please, viewers, take this with a grain of salt. This is not legit. It's not 100%. Nintendo has not said anything about it. Nintendo hasn't even alluded to this. This is just some person that supposedly has connections with Nintendo that says that there's a Pokemon NX. I am not saying there's a Pokemon NX. I just want to say if there's a Pokemon NX, this is what I would want. Now, according to this rumor, and I am saying rumor, it's a rumor. This guy saying that this is going to be a brand new Pokemon game that's not actually run by Game Freak, but it's actually being watched. Like, there's 3 different development teams that are working on it and are being evaluated by or being directed by Game Freak. Like Game Freak is watching what they're doing and just keeping an eye, but their teams are doing their own thing and whatnot. So if this is the Pokemon game, apparently, I'm assuming, but what they said is that it's a Team Rocket. So they said Team Rocket. So Team Rocket was finding some shards in Moss Deep Station. Was that what it was? What do you call it?
Moss Deep Space Station.
Space Station, yeah, something like that. So it was like Moss Deep Space Station in a Hoenn region, and they found like shards that they thought belonged to Deoxys, but it wasn't true. And instead, it gives these Pokemon these hyper forms, and basically, it's like a very powerful hyper form for each Pokemon, so Pokemon go crazy. In a way, this kind of reminds me of, I think, Pokemon Coliseum, where the Pokemon get really evil and dark. I haven't played Gale of Darkness, so I don't know what the mechanic was for that. But for this, I'm excited for this. If this is true, I'm not getting excited for nothing. But I'm just saying that if something like this was true, it's exciting me. And the fact that even if this is not true, we know we will be getting a Pokemon game. And if this NX is a handheld, and if it does what it says it does, it's going to be able to be playable on the television. So I'm very excited about the next thing. Or we could be getting ports for Sun and Moon. So Dre, what are your opinions on this Pokemon NX rumor? Do you think
now, mind you, okay, so they're saying, I remember they were saying something about that we're going to get to revisit Kanto, which, I mean, I wasn't. Now, for me personally, is always a treat because I mean, I love the Kanto region. That's like the region I started out in. It's I feel like Kanto region for me is like home. So anytime and we can go back to the Kanto region and revisit our favorite places, and that they're going to like give it like a whole revamp. And I'm just thinking like, oh my gosh, the things that they could do to the different cities, and they could add little things. And hell, because there's parts of the Kanto region that are only exclusive for the anime, and that they literally that you never would see in the games. And I'm just like, oh my god, the things that they could do. I'm just like, a part of me kind of wants this to be true, even though I know Game Freak said many years ago we will never do a mainstream Pokemon game on the thing. But I'm just like, okay, fine.
This is a handheld / home console, which doesn't break their rules. So this is a way for them to do it on a home console.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's just like that. Like I said, I mean, because if anything, it's just the idea of being able to play Pokemon on my TV. That's awesome. But the only thing, it'll be awesome though. It's just like it'll just be the factor of like. Now I know some people will be upset because you won't be able to possibly get the original 150. Was it 151? Excuse me, because we have to add in Mew. Still, you'll be restricted to that. But honestly, I mean, that to me the original 151, that's perfectly fine with me. I mean, I don't know about them.
And they could add.
Like honestly, look, they can add in other Pokemon, figure out the terrains. Like honestly, look, I feel like if anything, that would be a major step up, because a lot of people have been saying for the longest period of time they want a console. So they want a console version of Pokemon. That is something that a lot of people have been saying, because it's like, people want want that console version. And they don't want handheld, even though, handheld does do well. Basically in some regards, Hertz consoles do better depending upon the type of game it is. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, and like I said, and to see like, it's just imagine like, I don't know, like what's a game? Think about like a game like Kingdom Hearts graphics with Pokemon, or like I don't know, was it like God of War or like Guilty Gear or something like that, like those types of graphics, and then like just it would be so good. And even if it's just Sun and Moon ports, I'll be a part of the problem. I will.
I will be part of the problem too. The thing is, what I would really like for them to be doing in this game is that, look, Nintendo. God, I'm giving them like such a horrible idea, and the world would hate me if they ever did something like this. And I don't know, but Nintendo, if Nintendo wants to make like a crap ton of money and keep Pokemon relevant, like even though Pokemon will always be relevant, but still, imagine if they were to release a Pokemon game and it came out with the Kanto region, right? Mm-hmm. And then they added expansion packs per region, and then they released it like every 6 months. And then so you get to see every region eventually, and it becomes this mega ultimate Pokemon game that you could take on the go. I really hope that they don't do that though, but like,
well, no, because honestly though, like some people like, was it? Because like, I don't know. I feel like once it's like all said and done, and basically it's over for like over. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I would love to basically see a way, if there was a way that they could like, I don't know if they could ever fit all the regions. But I would like to see if like, I don't know, or like or like, I don't know if it could be, I don't know if per se, like if it would be like it would probably have to be like an MMO or like, well, yeah, an MMO basically, and where you could literally find like wild Pokemon or something like that. I would like to see that, where you could travel to the different regions, change up your character, your battle, do that kind of stuff. Do something big, where, you know what I'm saying, do something like that, because it's something that literally people have been asking for so long. And I feel like, I mean, I understand it, yes, it's a single player experience, but it's like, I don't know, I just feel like if they because I don't know, I just feel like with this franchise, there's so much that can be done. And I feel like, there's so much that people want to see for it that I'm just like, come on, Pokemon, y'all, do it. I mean, we've seen the success of Go. I mean, hell, it made $20 million in the first month. It has already been named the biggest app of all time. It's literally the biggest app. We're talking about bigger than Instagram. Like, how does that happen? And it's still being released in certain areas, and they're not even done. Nowhere near done. So I'm just like, yeah, basically. So so I'm just like, yeah, there's a lot that can be done. So, I don't know. I would love to see it come to console. That would definitely be something that would hold my attention for a good while.
And mine too.
And hyper forms. Ooh, that would be that would definitely be something interesting. But I don't know about hyper forms, only because of the fact that they'll take on another. So it'll be like, we'll have Mega Evolution, Alolan forms, and hyper forms. Wow.
I mean, well, no, because honestly, I feel like this is gonna be kind of like Gale of Darkness, or like Pokemon Coliseum. It's gonna be like one of those, because it's gonna be like a game where they're gonna have some mechanic. Like, what I hated about Pokemon Coliseum was that every battle that you battled was a double battle. And I'm like, oh, seriously? That is so... I don't like that. Mm-hmm. And the thing is that was cool. There was gyms, and you could walk around and things like that. But capturing Pokemon, the only way you could capture Pokemon, in at least Pokemon Coliseum, since I haven't played Gale of Darkness, but in Pokemon Coliseum, the way that you capture a Pokemon is that a Pokemon gets put with dark energy. And then you have to battle that Pokemon, make it weaken, and throw a Pokeball at it while you're in battle with another trainer. So you're technically stealing their Pokemon that's infected with darkness. And then that Pokemon becomes yours and stuff. Now, I don't really remember playing Pokemon. I played Pokemon Coliseum, but I don't really remember it 100%. But I remember that I did enjoy what I played. It was okay. It was good. It wasn't the best Pokemon experience like, you know, the handheld versions. Now, if Game Freak is really behind it, and I really wish that Game Freak would give these people like really good direction. Honestly, I love Pokemon Stadium series. I thought that was very good. Like a Pokemon Stadium 3 would be really good, or a Battle Revolution 2, but like better and has more like mini games and stuff to play.
What? You know one game I would love to see make a comeback from Pokemon?
What?
Pokemon Snap.
No, that's what Pokemon Go is now.
Girl, bye.
That's what it is.
It's not Pokemon Snap. Don't try it.
No, it's true. You can take pictures of Pokemon in the VR and the AR mode, and you could just go.
That's a bullshit snap.
Snaps for grace. Sorry.
I don't know. No, I would love to lose it. Me personally, it's just like that was one game that like I know a lot of people either they don't remember it or they played it and they don't remember playing it. But I thought Pokemon Snap was pretty fun. I know it was just like taking pictures, but how you like when you couldn't just get hit, you know, you can just get Pokemon just like that. You had to like, you know, use like the apples to hit the Pokemon to go to a certain thing or use the Passer balls. I remember just spending so many hours on it. I thought it was fun. And it's definitely something creative and fun and different.
Yeah, but people have been asking for it. Nintendo is not going to give it because Nintendo has this thing where I think this generation, the NX generation, they're going to focus on new IPs and then just give us new old ones. But Pokemon Snap won't be it.
But I'll say this much though, but Kirishimi is more willing to listen to people than, no offense, Iwata was.
It's true, but still at this time, Kimishima is not like Pokemon Snap. It will sell, yes, it will sell a lot, but it won't sell Pokemon 3DS numbers, you know?
Just crush all my dreams, Jim.
I know I don't want to be that person, but I think
I'm kidding.
I don't know. I mean, they could make a Pokemon Go work. Not Pokemon Go. They could make a Pokemon Snap work because there's a handheld capability, and you could kind of walk around the neighborhood, and there's a Pokemon hiding behind the house, and you snap a picture of it. You don't capture it, but you're snapping pictures of it. But I could just imagine that being like a major invasion of privacy. Like it's like, oh look, somebody's window's open and they're naked dancing. Click. There's Abra. Like wow. I don't know. You know how people are. But honestly, I don't know because people are ruining. What?
It's bad enough we have Pokemon Go and people went up and people literally breaking into people's houses and going in people's backyards and stuff.
That is so creepy.
That is so bad.
Oh my god. But yeah. I guess, do you have anything else that you would like to say before we end this?
But I'm excited for the games and also I know this is like so random, but today is the 2-year anniversary that we lost the great Robin Williams, so rest in peace. And it's been lit, y'all!
Thank you guys so much for watching this podcast. Thank you to UHC91, aka Dre, for joining me on this episode and on this journey. Pokemon Sun and Moon comes out on November 18th for the US and Japan, and November 23rd for Europe. I feel so bad for you guys. And available for pre-order now. And if you guys are interested, let us know in the comments below what Pokemon you're looking forward to, what your hopes are, what kind of Alolan form Pokemon would you like, what kind of anything. Let us know in the comments below. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.